Back in the fall of 2023, Ukraine first received the short-range version of the ATACMS missiles supplied by the US. It was like a treasure trove for Ukraine. In the spring of 2024, the US began supplying upgraded models, but the US ensured that Ukraine could not strike deeper into Russia. When Ukraine launched its first strike recently, Russia retaliated mercilessly. But did the ATACMS manage to destroy any Russian military targets? Keep your eyes on the story. In the corridors of power in Kyiv, hopes once soared, an illusion woven from the sweet promises of the West, promises that increasingly felt empty. In its mounting desperation, Ukraine believed it finally held the key to victory. The narrative had been built so convincingly, Kyiv asked for permission, allowing them to strike deep into the heart of Russia, and the course of the battle would change. However, geopolitical and military realities do not operate according to fantasies. Donald Trump had actually issued a stark warning that should have served as an alarm for Zelensky and his generals. He emphasized that Ukraine had no chance of winning if its hands were tied. Ironically, that warning also contained a harsher truth. Even when those constraints were lifted, when the West secretly granted permission to use their flagship weapons, the outcome remained a humiliating failure. The latest evidence of this failure is clear. The ATACMS missile, long hailed as the pinnacle of Western precision technology, proved powerless against the might of Russia's air defense systems. According to a recent report reviewed by the New York Post, sourced from communications of Russian military officials on Telegram, this tactical failure was revealed on November 18, 2025. Confidently, Ukraine launched 4 ATACMS missiles toward the southern city of Voronezh. Their target was clear and strategically significant, the Pogonovo training area south of Voronezh. Enemy intelligence suspected this location housed concentrations of Russian troops, heavy equipment, and military assets preparing for maneuvers. This modern facility was indeed a proving ground for Russian ground forces, where tactics were honed and live fire exercises conducted. Striking this site would have been both a symbolic and tactical blow for Ukraine. But the opposite happened. The skies over Voronezh silently witnessed the capitulation of American missile technology. None of the 4 ATACMS missiles reached their intended targets. All were intercepted and destroyed in midair by the lethal combination of Russia's S-400 Triumph and Pantsir air defense systems. How could the S-400 and Pantsir carry out this operation so flawlessly? The answer lies in the superiority of Russian defense technology, which is specifically designed to counter threats like this, as well as the inherent limitations of the ATACMS itself. The Army Tactical Missile System, or ATACMS, is a short-range tactical ballistic missile launched from the ground. While it has a maximum range of around 190 miles and carries a significant warhead, its flight characteristics are highly predictable to advanced Russian radar. These missiles are typically launched from highly mobile platforms, such as the M142 HIMARS or M270 MLRS, both of which have been supplied to Ukraine. The fatal weakness of ATACMS against Russian systems is its ballistic trajectory. Once launched, the missile ascends into the atmosphere and then dives toward its target in a mathematically calculable parabolic arc. To the monitoring radar integrated into the S-400 system, this trajectory appears as a bright line on the screen screaming, "Shoot me." The S-400 Triumph is no ordinary air defense system. It is a monster in the world of air defense. With long-range radar capable of detecting targets hundreds of kilometers away, the S-400 can lock onto an ATACMS as soon as it reaches a certain altitude. The S-400 serves as the first layer of defense, a long-range shield that launches hypersonic interceptor missiles to collide with or detonate the enemy warhead in the stratosphere. However, Russian air defense doctrine does not rely on a single system. This is where the Pantsir system becomes crucial as the final layer of defense, or point defense. If, theoretically, any debris or missiles manage to slip past the S-400 interception, the Pantsir is ready to engage. Pantsir is a hybrid system combining automatic anti-aircraft guns with short-range missiles. with extremely fast reaction times and precise targeting radar. Pantsir creates an iron dome over vital assets. In the incident in Voronezh, the collaboration between the long-range strikes of the S-400 and the readiness of Pantsir ensured that Russian airspace remained impenetrable. For Russian radar operators, intercepting ATACMS now is akin to routine training on slow-moving, predictable targets, proving that this 1990s-era US technology has become obsolete in the face of modern Russian shields. However, the story of that day did not end with defense alone. Russia adheres to the principle that the best defense is a crushing offense. As soon as the air defense radar detected the incoming trajectory of the ATACMS, Russian aerial reconnaissance and electronic warfare systems simultaneously tracked the missile's launch point. Advanced algorithms calculated the missile's trajectory back to precise coordinates in the Kharkov region. Russia's eyes in the sky, both satellites and reconnaissance drones, immediately verified the location. The results were positive. 2 US-made MLRS launchers were detected hiding near Volosskaya Balakleya, possibly with their crews preparing to relocate or celebrating what they thought was a successful launch. Knowing the ATACMS launch position, the Russian military command wasted no time. A counterattack order was immediately issued. An Iskander-M system was deployed to carry out a precision strike against the Ukrainian armed forces' artillery positions. This was the moment when the Iskander, Russia's favorite missile, capable of striking fear into Ukrainian troops across the battlefield, took center stage. Unlike the ATACMS, which follows a rigid trajectory, the Iskander-M is a nightmare for any air defense system, including the US-made Patriot. The Iskander-M is a quasi-ballistic tactical missile. Its operation is far more complex and lethal. After launch, the Iskander does not follow a pure parabolic path. It can perform extreme evasive maneuvers with high G-force during flight, making it very difficult to track and intercept. Additionally, in the terminal phase, as it approaches the target, the Iskander travels at hypersonic speeds, making it impossible to stop with standard Ukrainian air defense systems. The missile is often equipped with electronic countermeasures and decoys that confuse enemy radar. When the Iskander's warhead struck the coordinates in Volosskaya Balakleya, the impact was catastrophic. The precision explosion not only devastated the surrounding ground, but specifically obliterated the 2 MLRS launchers that were the pride of the Ukrainian forces, along with all nearby ammunition. Secondary explosions from burning Ukrainian munitions ensured that nothing remained of these costly Western-donated systems. This was a brutal yet efficient demonstration of power. 4 enemy missiles were intercepted completely, and 2 enemy launchers were destroyed in instant retaliation. The revenge did not end there. Ukraine knew the consequences. The US ATACMS was far from lethal for Russia. That's all for today, and thanks for watching.